Sadie Nardini here, founder of Core Strength Vinyasa Yoga. If you don't know me already, if you do, hey, what's up? So today we're going to learn another of my yoga hacks, how to get into these very common poses and some adventurous poses with way less potential for injury or strain and way more benefits like weight loss, fat burning, calorie burning, strength building, detoxification, flexibility, lightness, and power. This is so easy to do, but most teachers won't teach it to you. That's because they don't know it. So with the new anatomy knowledge that I've gained from studying for the last decade with anatomy masters and biomechanics and physics masters, coupled with yoga, I see why some of these poses don't work and in fact can be hurting us, disempowering us, and making us weaker. So I want to show you that today. Join me on the mat. All right, so I want to teach you the low to high lunge. This seems like a really simple transition, but actually it hurts a lot of people, especially over time. It can tear down your hips, your knees, your lower back, and just overall the hip joints and make the pose just suck. So we don't want to suck. We want to rise and shine and dance with spirit in yoga. Here's why this pose can cause so much strain instantly, the moment you do it, but also in time as well. You can watch me or do it along and feel it. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Now this is instantly going to compress the SI joint, the sacroiliac joint in the low back and the low back itself, and can really strain along this standing leg, which we've got really straight, and often we do this early in class when we're cold, so this is not a great, it's almost like a standing split, not a great thing to do early. But anyway, then we'll exhale and we'll take the knee through and step the right foot forward. Here we go. So this is low lunge. We want to get up here to a high lunge. The thing is, most yoga teachers will teach you linearly, and I did too for years. It's NBD. It's no big deal if you do this right now, okay? It's a big deal, but whatever. We're not here to judge or criticize. But when you learn more information and you feel it in your body, maybe you'll want to shift it like I did. All right, so let's just check it. Back leg straight is going to force the pelvis forward, and it's going to jam as soon as you start coming up. And most people come up here, so they kind of get as low as possible, right? Femur bone about parallel to the floor, whatever we say. And then we're going to inhale by reaching the arms forward and up. Now what this does, with the pelvis tilted forward, probably jamming on the hip joint here. Mine's really close, like it's like a Pac-Man chomp right there. With the straight back leg, the pelvis has to stay kind of forward like that. The more we lift the arms forward like this and start coming up, the more we strain a fulcrum in the back, the low back, that has to kind of yank you up, like trying to hang on to the bottom of a telephone pole and pull it up. There's so much pressure right now that's unnecessary. And then because the pelvis is a little forward, we're going to get stuck on that pelvis, which is here. It's going to get stuck on the back leg, back hip joint and femur, and then so we'll have to kind of arch up and over it as the pelvis moves forward. To get up straight, we have to like arch like that and compress down into the lumbar and shorten that back body. You might be able to feel that if you just kind of do the pose. Now, to get out of it, people will say, okay, now tuck your tailbone, which actually stretches or overstrains the front of the hip more. And it doesn't really release the low back so much because there's not a lot of movement here. So we're really just jamming in even more and pressing this femur bone and the hip down. All right, and this one's still too compressive, and I'm all on my front leg because my pelvis is forward, but I'm trying to be back here, so my back is crunched. And the shoulders are trying to lift you up away from the whole pose. And then when we say, oh, soften the shoulders, then the pose compresses more. It is not a great posture, but many of you have been doing it for a long time. I get it, I did too. Why aren't we taught? Because teachers just don't know, and now we know. So what's the solution? Obviously, I need to give you one. All right, so downward facing dog, inhale, reach the right leg up. On the exhale, I'm going to have you come in core strength vinyasa yoga style. Okay, I have this in a different video, so you can look at the core plank or the dog to step forward transition. But anyway, I got myself a little more power and safety there. Now what I want you to do is inhale, wave the spine a little bit longer so we stay decompressed. I bet you had a little ways to go, or maybe a lot of ways. So a lot of us start really smushy and short, and then we come up smushy and short. So bend the back knee. Now your pelvis is going to be able to move. Again, that's an inhale, so you pull the spine long, nice little wave. And then on your exhale, press your feet down. Keep your sitting bones moving a little bit back in space. And on the exhale, this is the thing. You want to come up from a point right below your navel. You want to pull that low belly inward. So you're rounding up. This is how your body is actually built to move, but we don't do this in yoga that much. Sitting bones stay back and wide. Roll the low belly in and up, almost like kitty cat pawing up that front spine. Zip up that front spine and bring yourself in and up from the front lumbar spine. The front sacrum in there, top of your hip points, all that. So you're moving yourself inward and upward. Now, back leg is still bent, so this may be confrontational for your muscles. You're going to be working harder than you usually do in this pose, and that's good. For every one of these you do, it's like doing 3 of those others or more. All right, so low belly, in and up, you rolled up. Unfurl the arms with bent elbows. Okay, that's an internal rotation. Can set the shoulders lightly back as you reach the arms up. Keep the front spine moving inward and upward. Notice no Pac-Man here in the front hip anymore. And then, without changing the position of your pelvis, try to stretch the back leg a little bit straighter. If you stretch it straight and your pelvis tips forward again, it's too much. Keep the knee a little bent. Work to get the front of the pelvis moving in and up. Lumbar spine can carve in and up too, but not at the expense of that front spine. Play them together. Good. Inhale, stretch in all directions. And on the exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Wow, that's a lunge. Hopefully you feel the difference. All right, now what we're doing, other side, is to come up through that deep core muscle meridian, I call it, or the core strength muscle line. Now this is all your inner muscles. We barely teach about in yoga sometimes. Well, I do. But you won't hear it a lot in class. But that's the Anatomy Master way, right? So you learn more and you teach the inner, deeper body, and you're going to get way more benefit. So bend your elbows and knees. Press the floor away. Lift the belly. Lift the left leg up. On your exhale, try bending everything again. Roll that knee into chest. Lift the pelvis high. And step the left foot to the left thumb. Inhale, wave the spine long. Bend the back knee. Begin to roll up. Roll up from the belly. Yeah, let yourself go into that waving motion. So you're supporting yourself with a deep core muscle called the psoas there. When you roll up like that, you're getting that psoas drawing that front spine inward and upward. That will protect the lumbar from over-curving and dumping and compressing into itself and the SI joint back there. So the way you come up matters so much. Once you roll up and that zipping up hits the chest, unfurl the arms to the sky. Way nice on your shoulders. I have another video about that. Keep the back leg bent, tilt that top pelvis in and up, the front spine in and up, the low back in and up, so they dance together, and then try to stretch the back leg straighter without the pelvis tilting. And you'll find your stretch. This can be a nice way to kind of seduce the body to open over a few of these in class. You'll see your back leg straightens more, and you're not losing it in the pelvis. Good. Inhale all directions here. Exhale, plant the hands down. Now, before you do anything else, I want you to see how quickly you can move out of that and disempower yourself. So kind of bend both knees and roll it around a little bit. Get out of that deep core body. Straighten the back leg. And then with a straight back leg now, inhale, stretch the arms forward and up. See if you feel a difference. Pelvic joints, low back. The state of the pose. Are you forward? What's happening back here? Yukkasana. I don't like it. I'm going to come all the way back down, get out of that downward facing dog. All right, and so from there, you can take this into your own practice. You can really change and revolutionize so many of your other poses just by doing your lunges differently. And of course, you can save yourself so much time and strain wasted, effort wasted, and you can gain more power and more safety and just really rock your practice so much more. Hope you enjoyed that, and let me know how it's going for you and what you think. See you soon. Namaste.